And now just a few words about the actual exemption, referring to the question that we've had. See, SQE2 is kind of, they assess you as to your performance as actual practicing solicitor on your first job day, you know. So you actually kind of simulate the actual work in the law firm, which is obviously not the reality. It's still simulation. That's why exam techniques and tactics are crucial here. It's still an exam and it's still an academic exam, but it is actually a very practical element and it's very important for employment. If you just need a tick to be a solicitor, go for the exemptions. If you want to practice in some other jurisdiction than England, definitely go for the exemption. No one even knows that those exemptions exist, you know. But if you want to practice in England or English area, English territories, think if you really need this exemption, because you might struggle with employment, even if you know, there's so many solicitors. If you are a solicitor, doesn't guarantee you any job. You would have to apply for a job, and in the job interview, convinced that you are suitable for this job. But if you just passed SQE1, it tells to me, for example, as potential employer, that if client gives you 5 options, client should come to you with options already. In the most of the cases, you'll choose the single best one, but this is not how the work is done, right? So they want you, for example, the potential employer, to be able to draft particulars of claim, to be able to do the actual work, not to answer multiple choice questions. That's why many people really rush with those exemptions. And if you already have it, I don't know if there's a way back. You can't sit the exam again. You already qualified, but then you kind of, I don't know, exempt solicitor. So people should decide for themselves what is their objective. So those seek employment in England, I would actually think twice before going for that. If I have nothing to show on my CV, if I don't have practical experience working there, I think is a problem.
Yeah, so Olga, that's a very great point, because I know someone and she's from India. She's a great lawyer. She did the SQE1, but she sought the exemption. And when she was looking for a job, it was so hard to find one. And now I understand why, because she didn't do the SQE2. You know, and you're absolutely right that if you want employment, if you want to work in the UK, you definitely need to do this, because you can't be answering client questions based on, like you said, the MCQ questions. So it does make sense, absolutely. And to any person, you know, there are a lot of people in India, I know, colleagues and, you know, friends from university and people they know, and they're keen to do the SQE. But, you know, once they know of the exemption, they want to, you know, just take it, because they're like, I've been working for 2 years, right? And if I take the exemption, I'm a UK solicitor. But then they don't understand that SQE2 is so important. It's like you've done the 50% work, but the remaining 50%, you've got that exemption and you still expect to get a job. That's not how it works, right? So that's absolutely correct. And thanks for sharing that. I mean, I will definitely, you know, share it with those people as well, that if you are really serious about this, then take both levels. Don't seek the exemption if you want to work in the UK.
You know what is new now as well? They give you, previously we had to request the breakdown of the marks, you know, especially because they didn't really share it with you. They just give you used to give us the final mark and if we passed or not. Now they give you the full report on all the skills, on everything, and you can bring it to your potential employer. And that's what the employers are asking when it's this first level. Let's say if you are an expert in some area of law, I think, and you need this qualification just as a formality to be able to join some law firm, go for exemption. But if you are a young professional, you know, what you're going to show in the actual interview, if they actually going to call you for the interview as well, is actually those results, and you are assessed by by the best practitioners. Now in the SQE2, people say to me that they can feel that the assessor was a judge, actual judge.
I also had the same feeling back in the day. Yeah.
So it's you are assessed by competent practitioners, And you can show, and it's important to score high marks as well, because by means of that, you can, for example, I know someone who has never worked in the field of litigation, but got very good marks in litigation and was able to secure, a junior job and to start practicing litigation, to swap them, because he had good marks and he was able to prove in everything. They looked at his drafting, they looked at, they looked at his performance, and it's great. However, law firms can independently test you. Keep it in mind, and sometimes it's very similar to OSCE as well. You